Good morning, welcome to Morning Outlook. This is Kim speaking on Thursday the 29th of April. So before I go on and look at the charts, let's just look at the fundamentals coming out today. Well, there's not a great deal until 1:30. We've got 1:30. We've got the advanced GDP coming out there. Expected to be a big number. If it comes out bigger, I don't think it will make a significant effect to the US dollar, because remember, these are recovery figures, so they're sort of semi-taken with a pinch of salt. It might create a little bit of more likely to create movement if it falls below by any significant amount, but if it's above, I think it's just the acceptance. It could, if it comes out particularly strong, push the dollar more. So they'll be looking at that. The Fed have already looked at the PCE and the other figures that come behind the GDP, and well, they know what they are, so they're not panicking from those sort of things. So a lot of it will be washed out otherwise. Okay, so employment claims later. I've noticed they've just made those orange again on the Forex Factory. The weekly figures, I don't think they're going to make a big difference. And pending home sales, I don't know why they're there, but again, I guess it's a sign of the economy picking up. But anyway, for now, let's focus on the technicals. And the technicals I'm looking at here then this morning, I'm looking at the euro dollar, also looking at the dollar index. Dollar index had its own trend line, which was lower than, well, I say lower, it was on the low side, inverted. We've got an inverted sort of euro effectively, or because the euro represents such a large amount of the dollar index. It's not come down, it's still not hit this sort of level here. We haven't found support on the dollar index from this point of view. The euro, well, the euro's been a bit more bullish to a degree. It's closed above its trend line there. We'll see what it's doing here. I'm looking at different time frames here. I've got this sort of bullish engulfing bar that's sitting there from yesterday, outside bar sitting there from yesterday, and we've seen a trigger at the top. However, there's cracks in this move a little bit. We've got a bit of softening going on the 4 hourlies here, running into the weekly R1 there as resistance, and then you come down here and it's just put a lower high in on the hourlies. So if I was looking to go long, it wouldn't be at the moment. I would probably look for more to come off that. I'm just seeing how it settles off. Perhaps it will bounce off this 60-21. We see it quite frequently. It bounces off that, comes back again, and then falls. So in a short-term basis, of course, we've got the daily pivot untouched below. And in the bigger picture, we've got the weekly pivot still untouched. Good probabilities of both being hit, but it might not be for this week with a weekly pivot. We'll see. But for now, the more important one, the daily, I'm just watching this. As I say, it's just put that sign of on the dailies. It's put the sign of strength coming through there, the big bar. The shorter time frame here has put a sign of weakness in there. So it's on the cusp for me. The pound. Well, it's been pushing up here and looking quite solid. 4 hourlies again, looking quite solid yesterday. Managed to break out of its range and pushing up there, he says, but then, well, actually it's certainly more solid than the euro looks against the dollar here, and it's again looking like it. I was looking at this a short while ago, and it still could end up as a bit of a hanging man on this current candle. We could end with a price breaking the trend line of the lows here and rolling down. It's got a untouched daily pivot below, but it has already run up and hit the R1, I guess, and I guess the euro's done the same. So maybe that will, and it's into a monthly pivot there as well. Yep, it's back into its monthly R1. Might just hold things still. I was looking also at the bond market. Bond money was pushing, or the yields were pushing up a bit this morning, which often suggests dollar strength, but well, not necessarily seeing it in the pound at the moment. Dollar yen. Well, the yen's taken a bounce last couple of days. It's yesterday it's put this shooting star into its 34 moving average. But then it goes from bearish to bullish to bullish to bearish in different time frames. Again, it looks bullish here on the 4 hourly, so it looks like that sort of a possible possible bit of bearishness sitting there on the daily with a shooting star, but it's only one candle and everything else is pushing to the upside. I've been looking to get long on this, and I might be doing it very soon on a swing basis, but it's pushing through here. And if you look at it, higher low coming through on the hourlies as well. So okay, the cracks from that short side of things have already appeared, and as I said, it looks more likely that it could continue to the upside at this stage. There are some options above which could stall things at 109, and it's already run through 108.50, but about 109 there's a bundle of options this morning which could just slow things down there. But if you're looking at this in a bigger time frame, as I would be with this, I won't worry about those, so they may just stall things for today. Okay, that's the yen. Aussie dollar. Aussie dollar really running into a triple top here on the dailies, looking a bit more iffy here at this stage, and looking softer on the 4 hourlies as well. It's been such a ranging pairing. I just wonder whether it will just come back towards its weekly pivot there once again today. Lower high is just confirming just fractionally in there, hasn't closed below that prior low there, but certainly put a lower high in there, looking soft for the intraday point of view. Bigger picture, yes, it might have looked okay, but as I say, it's got quite a bit of confluence there for the downside there on the Aussie. Canadian dollar's been the strongest and may remain the strongest. There's money that's been running into the Canadian dollar. It's been gradual. It didn't come as quick as I expected after last week's data. Big shove yesterday, well, reasonable shove yesterday, and it's still, well, at this stage pushing down. It might be trying to hammer out something. I need to even come out to a further time frame here, just looking at the weeklies to see if there's anything obvious on the weeklies, and can't really see too much there. In fact, I'll just come out to the monthly bit. Okay, so that gives me sort of some areas below, right the way down though at sort of that 2070 area, 2071. There may be some support, but that is in a decent trend, and it's, well, maybe you need to wait for a retrace to be selling into that, but it could give that opportunity. Okay, I'm going to look at the euro yen. It's often interesting to me in the mornings. So euro yen's been pushing up that yen weakness as much as anything else. The euro doesn't look quite so weak against some of its other peers, and at this stage still pushing up quite strongly. Might just be weakening a little bit here, but the divergences going through these markets, soft divergences, but certainly there. Maybe that will rock over as well, but it's not as convincing as I thought it might have been. Right, I'll leave that for the moment. Let's have a look at the S&Ps. Let's wait until that loads here then, and look at the day. Looking at week and monthlies here. Monthlies, well, that's strong, isn't it? Dailies, well, solid old price action once again. As I said to our people in the room this morning, it's made a new high. Yesterday's made another new high already today, and it's sort of like that sort of softer approach of a continuing soft approach, dovish approach of the Fed there. But I don't think we should be lulled into anything too much from that Fed thing, that Fed speech yesterday. That there is that potential, and there's more and more people starting to believe that, well, next time they've got to mention in tapering, and there's no way it's going to be 2024 before there's an interest rate increase, at the moment at least. So that'll be brought forward quite a way maybe. But for now, S&Ps don't care, and they're lapping it up. But I wouldn't stand in front of them regardless. I think the S&Ps just is that just has that potential, just continuing up. Where's the money going if it's going to keep? If we're going to stick with low interest rates, and the bond market's looking iffy. Gold, well, gold is not really showing its hand too much, is it? It's put a hammer in yesterday. It's putting currently as a bit of a sell going back into it at the moment. Again, this really suggests dollar strength coming through, I suppose, and we could, at this rate, it looks like it could be rolling back towards the lows. It's pretty early in the morning to judge it too much, but it's looking lower high kicking through on the hourlies. does to me look a tad on the soft side. It has hit the 50, had a bit of a reaction. Of course, as I said, now it's 8 o'clock. Things might change a little bit on that, but we'll see. Okay, that's pretty much it. Oil's just carrying on pushing up for now. I'm not too sure what day the OPEC meeting completely finishes, but it's still pushing its way back to the upside. I'm not interested in that at this stage. I was looking previously at shorts on it. I think I'm going to leave it there. Oh, quick look at Bitcoin otherwise I get told off. I'm not looking at Bitcoin. Let's look at this on a daily basis. It's the only way I would look at it. And it's stifled around this. I did wonder if we'd get a bigger reaction with the Fed meeting yesterday on Bitcoin. It's not really done too much. The very fact that it's holding where it's holding might see it start at some stage breaking through. If it can break through this, it looks much more bullish for another push to the upside here. I mean, it obviously starts selling off. It's just showing sort of the weakness. If you look at through the 4 hourlies, of course, there's a gap through a weekend here, which isn't there on the cash markets, but it does look a bit on the iffy side, but trying its best really. I think the key thing, if you were sort of looking at this more bullishly, and you're still a bull on this market, maybe a break of that 57.26 area, 57 to 56 even, would be a point, a bit more confirmation of upside. Okay, that's it for me. I wish you a great day, and I will speak to you in the morning. Bye for now.